What's up, guys? We're back. By special request, I have this right here is an Esther avocado, and a couple of people have been asking me about this Esther. They know that I have it. My tree's doing really well. My tree's been really productive. It produces fruit pretty much every year. This is about the average size. Actually, this is probably on the smaller side. They typically get bigger than this. But people have been asking to see if my thoughts have changed on how this thing has tasted throughout the years. I've commented before that certain avocados, trees, when they're younger, the fruit may not taste as good. And as the avocado tree gets a little bit bigger and more mature, the taste of the fruit also matures and starts to taste better. So I'm gonna do this again, and if you guys haven't seen my original video where I did the tasting for the Esther, I'll link it up here in this section here, so you guys can actually click on it and go see it. But let's do it again. And I just drank some coffee, so hopefully that's not gonna mess up my taste buds. But the idea is to cut this guy open and pretty much do it all over again, and then kind of give you guys my feedback on what I think. So we're gonna do it. If you guys remember, and I mean, if you watch the video, you'll see, but the skin is actually really thick. You can hear it when I'm cutting it with my knife here. You can hear it kind of like slicing through it, where it's actually, it's almost like chipping it a little bit, but let's open it up. But look at that. I mean, that looks good. That's a good looking fruit. It actually kind of reminds me of Santa Clara Gold a little bit, the color and everything and how the flesh looks like. So I normally do like a peel test, right? And I'll do it again for all the folks who haven't seen the old video. So we just do a quick peel, and the skin is on the thicker side. So, I mean, it peels really nice, but considering that I think I've left this thing on the counter a little too long, so that's probably why it's breaking like that. But usually it doesn't really break. It just kind of comes apart nicely, So we'll do another taste test again. Yeah. It's more on the denser side. Like it's not as like some varieties, when you eat it, it's very creamy and buttery. This is more on the buttery side. I guess, hold on a second. I'm trying to collect my thoughts here, but essentially it's more of a dense type of flesh, but the flavor is really good. It actually tastes really good. All right, I took another bite, but I mean, I like the flavor a lot. It's not as intense of a flavor, like an avocado flavor like some other varieties, but it's very good. It's creamy, it's buttery, it's pretty dense. I would say it's a little bit on the milder side, but it has a really good taste to it. It's not like, some varieties when you eat it, it has like an off taste to it, or it's actually too strong of an avocado flavor. This is like on the milder side, but it's a good tasting avocado. I mean, let's just say that I'm glad I have one of these in my yard, and like if I were to do it again, would I put this in my yard? And I think the answer is yes. It's definitely to me, considering it's like a smaller tree also, and it's been really productive, and the fruit kind of holds on to the tree pretty well also. So that's kind of a nice thing. So if you guys are interested in getting an Esther, maybe go and look for them. I know that I've seen them being listed for sale at like Laguna Hills Nursery out here in Southern California. You know, they've gotten sleeves of it, and then they're up potting it to like a bigger pot. But I've also seen them just around the area here and there at different nurseries. But it's not a very, very common variety. As a matter of fact, it's probably something that might be a little harder to find overall. But if you don't have one and you want one and you see it, I would say you should get it. You know, based on what they say, it's 2/3 the size of a Hass tree. That's the size of the tree, but also it's potentially double the fruit set. So you can actually have a good amount of fruit set on the tree. So that's Esther, and what I'll do now is I'll take you out to the tree so I can show you what it looks like. And I still have fruit on there right now. We're in July of 2026, and this is the last day of July, and we're gonna head into August here, but my tree is still holding some fruit, so I'm gonna show you that real quick. All right, so here's the tree. This right here is the Esther, and it's currently 95 degrees right now, and it's hot. So let me walk you in. So tree's doing well. We got still lots of fruit on here. You can see that. So all of that right there is, hold on. This is all Esther fruit. So let me see if I could zoom out so you can get some of it into scale here. So there's still, I don't know, there's probably a dozen or so. And I do see some newer fruit, which I gotta find. But it's been really productive. It produces pretty much fruit every year. The fruit tastes good also, so that's a big plus. At least for me and my taste buds. But you know, this tree has been in the ground for a while, and it's not extremely huge, but it's productive. So I guess if you're looking for a smaller tree, I could think of maybe 3 or 4 different varieties that you could probably get that should be a little on the smaller side. Gem, Gwen, Esther, and Warts. So those 4 will probably be on the smaller side, and then it's supposed to be more productive. My Warts has not been as productive. My Esther has been really productive. My Gwen has been really productive to the point where it's hurting the tree. My gems are still kind of young. Maybe they need more time. So those are kind of like the varieties that you may want to consider. But hopefully you guys are doing good. I just wanted to share because a lot of people have been asking me after seeing my old videos, they want to know what my thoughts are on Esther as of today. And I would say it's pretty positive still. So if you find one and you want one, go ahead and get it. Okay, I'm back out here, and I'm kind of messing around with my exposure because it seems like it's a little too bright. So I kind of lowered it. But it's August 10th, and I wanted to see if I could find all of the new fruit for next year. And I wanted to kind of show you guys that to make sure that you guys know that, hey, it is producing. But I was only able to find, after finding the new fruit, there was only about maybe about 10 fruit for next year. So I was actually hoping for more, but it is what it is. But knowing that there's about 10 fruit for next year, that's better than nothing. So I kind of would rather have at least something versus nothing. So as you guys know, some varieties will alternate. I don't mind, something like Hass, which alternates, but not to the point where you get no fruit the following year. You do get a big fruit set, and then the next year like a lighter fruit set. In this case, for the Esther, we had a decent sized fruit set this last year, But going into 2027, there's only about 8, so kind of took a step back, which is okay. But something to also note is that I did cut back a lot of the new growth that had buds on there to give to people. So a lot of that new stuff is where the flowers kind of typically form, and so you're kind of cutting back a little bit on production when you're doing that. But usually what happens is once you cut it back a little bit, like let's say like November time frame, and then some new growth coming in like January, you'll get flower set around there. So it's not necessarily a bad thing to kind of keep your tree more trimmed. I guess if you're cutting back a big portion of your tree, you're going to be cutting back on some production, and then the following year you should probably have really good production again. So it's almost like a reset. I've seen it done at orchards where they kind of just have some really big trees and they just wanted to kind of bring it down to more manageable sizes, and then from there the root system really powers the tree and then does a really good fruit set after that. So, but this is the Esther. I mean, you can see it looks like, I mean, I sprayed this down. It's a little hot, but it doesn't hurt to come out here and just, if you're already out here like I was, I just went ahead and just sprayed it. But here's some of the fruit for next year. So that's about the size. This one's gonna get burnt, so it's probably not gonna, I'm just gonna let it do its thing. But most likely it'll probably get burnt. But in the past I kind of picked my Esther a little earlier. So this time I allowed it to kind of sit on the tree a little longer. So it definitely was able to develop more oils. And it had more of a dense kind of texture. And to me, I think it was probably a little bit more tasty compared to years past. So anyways, just wanted to add a little extra footage to, and a little extra commentary to the video that I'm going to try to update and release today. Talk to you guys later. See ya.